Hello everybody, welcome back into the Color Gemstone Academy. I am your instructor, Paul Deasy, and we have a very excellent question of the day that will be coming up in 30 seconds. All right, well, welcome back in. I'm glad to see all of you again today. I have a really great question that came in that some of you might be wondering about. It comes from a person by the name of Joel Kalesha, and he asks, "Hi, Paul. I was wondering why some gems have upper size limits while others seem to come in massive sizes. Like beryl can be massive, and stones like alexandrite can be around a carat after being cut at most." So that is indeed a very excellent question, Joel, first of all. Secondly, I noticed your last name is Kalesha. I worked in the shopping channels with a Chris Kalesha over the years. I don't know if you're a relative or not. But on to the answer to your question. Now, granted, this is very complicated, so probably I will do a longer lesson in the future addressing this, but it's a great observation and a great question that he asks. There are certain gems like quartz. Quartz, for example, is the most plentiful gemstone on earth. Quartz can be found on every single continent in the world. And it comes from silica. You can go to shows, you can go get to a quartz display and see massive quartz, hundreds if not thousands of carats that are clean and gem quality. And then there are other gems that can be really beautiful, but they don't seem to come in bigger sizes. One great example of that would be chrome diopside. Now, I love chrome diopside. Over the years on the shopping channel, I always said it is what every emerald wishes it could look like in terms of color. Well, there are a lot of things that go into making a gemstone. So certainly, you know, the physical, chemical, optical properties of those gems depend on a lot of things. There are trace elements that give it color. There's hardness, there's toughness, there's stability. All of these things go in to what makes a gemstone a gemstone. For example, let's talk about that chrome diopside. You see on the screen, it's a beautiful green color. Well, it's kind of a double whammy because the very thing that makes that chrome diopside that beautiful green color kind of inhibits the growth of that crystal, and also the larger that crystal grows, the darker the material becomes. So you can get a really big chrome diopside that can be, you know, literally worthless because the color's too dark, or you can get a half carat or a carat chrome diopside that can be very expensive because it's so pretty in the color. Now let's go back to that hardness we talked about. Now, what is hardness? It is the ability for a gem to withstand scratching, okay? And then you have another one called toughness. You'll say, what's the difference between hardness and toughness? Well, toughness is the ability for that gem to withstand cracking or fracturing altogether. So imagine that if you have a gem like chrome diopside or some other more brittle stones, as they're growing even in the earth over time, that whole crystal could shatter and you're left with a lot of different pieces. So there are a lot of things to take into account. Another great example is turquoise, one of my favorite gemstones. I've gone to most of the turquoise mines that I've gone to. They have a mining, when they uncover the vein, it's only a hand pick and drop it into a bucket because we're trying to maintain the biggest size we can get. But then when I was in, you know, so they don't do blasting in most of these, you know, blasting is something they use in a lot of mining operations, but they don't do that in some of the turquoise mines. Now, on the other hand, when I was at the Royston mine in Nevada, that is some of the hardest turquoise on earth. So they actually did employ some blasting in that. Now, what happens when you're blasting is bigger deposits become smaller in stature because you've blown them up. But you can still recover a lot of great turquoise in the Royston mine using that blasting technique. So all of these things go into determining how big that ultimate crystal can be. So as I said, an abbreviated answer to a very, very good question, Joel. And I'm going to prepare a longer lesson where we can delve into exactly why and the specific reasons why some are bigger and some are smaller. So thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. It's free, but it does help me out to do more videos for you for free. So thanks again, and hit that like button too. So don't forget that. And thanks, and I'll see you the next time on the Color Gemstone Academy. Bye, everybody.